This will be 6 rounds of professional boxing. Boxers, boxers.
Boxer, boxer!
Eman, sabik lang anak. Job mo lagi Eman.
6 rounds. Bawal ang ulo, bawal ang siko. Bawal ang suntok ang baba sa bewang. Pag dito, pwede. Ingat sa ulo, good luck, pass glove.
And here we go, scheduled for 6. A pound over the lightweight limit of 135 pounds. Yan po ang paglalabanan ni Bacosa at Perez. Perez po, galing sa talo. He was stopped by Sam Enano last July, TKO in the 5th round, on a blow-by-blow show. But in the previous Pukdol in round number 2. 2 knockouts in 3 wins for Perez with 1 loss. At si Bacosa naman po, his 4th blow-by-blow appearance. Make that the 5th blow-by-blow appearance by Eman Bacosa. Undefeated po siya. 4 wins, no loss and 1 draw with 4 knockouts. And you remember, back in 2023, he was held to a split draw over 4 rounds by Jomel Kujamat in his professional debut. But since then, Bacosa has rebounded to score 4 consecutive wins, all by knockout. Pareho po silang matatangkad, 5'8" and a half si Bacosa, 5'8" naman si Perez. Both of them also with very impressive reach statistics. There's a shot to the body by Eman Bacosa. Perez in his last fight weighed 126 and 3/4 pounds. And that was only in July. But for this fight, he's moved up in weight to 136.2 pounds. And here's Perez on the attack. Throwing caution to the wind. Here's Bacosa fighting back from a corner.
Watch your head, watch your head!
Bacosa is in a bind. Perez is like a fighting receiving a lot of punishment from... And Bacosa is saying that he got hit on the nape at the back of the head. Bacosa needs to fight back. He's on the defensive. Perez is giving it all he has. Perez, you know that he's got some power. 2 knockouts and 3 wins. But he's coming off a loss. Ito naman po si Bacosa. He comes charging in. Throwing that left jab. Another jab here by Bacosa. Trying to set up the right hand. Here we go once more. It's now Bacosa on the attack. Nice head movement by Bacosa. And making Perez miss. There's another left jab coming from Bacosa. That's been a steady weapon para sa kanya. But he needs to set that up. He needs to set up the right hand with the left jab. Bacosa. Here he comes again. Throwing that right hand. Binababa ni Bacosa yung dalawang kamay niya. That's a dangerous thing to do against Perez. Perez, very lanky, very gangly. A little bit of showmanship here by Eman Bacosa. And he's grinning. He's grinning at Perez. And there he goes, he unloads. Bacosa, again, he's grinning. What an embrace coming from Bacosa. It looks like he's having fun inside that ring. End of round number 1. Bacosa, however, needs to be a little more serious in what he has to do inside that ring. He's got to be all business. Sultan Dino, ang trainer ni Bacosa. And Bacosa, he's got to realize that Perez is a dangerous opponent. Yung pumasok po, yung left jab ni Perez, because he's got those long spindly arms. Yan po ang punch of the round brought to you by Ginebra San Miguel. Round number 1 now in the books. Bacosa showboating a little bit towards the end of round number 1. Perez, he looks like he's all business. He did connect with some shots in the first round. But Bacosa setting the stage or setting the tempo late in round number 1. And then embracing Perez at the end of that round. What a display of sportsmanship. Both fighters so lanky, so lengthy. Here's Bacosa. Oh, Perez connecting that time, but Bacosa aiming for the side of the body. Same thing with Perez. Bacosa telling Perez, stop hitting me in the back of the head. Left hand coming from Bacosa. Bacosa moving in, throwing that left jab. What about an alley shuffle coming from Perez? Both these guys are trying to grandstand each other out of the ring. A miss there by Perez. 1-2 combination coming from Bacosa.
Ready?
Bacosa, a very impressive physique. Solidly built. Perez just missing. He's not finding the mark. Bacosa moving in, but very cautiously. He seems to be comfortable fighting from a distance. Here comes Perez, coming back. And he was able to strike at Bacosa. Bacosa,
Stop, 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 stop.
not able to fight back.
Watch your head, watch your head. Ready?
Perez is tying him up. Perez with those long arms. Almost like tentacles. At si Bacosa naman, trying to narrow the gap. But Bacosa has to be careful with his defense. He's bringing down both his arms. Now both these fighters are going down. Iniipit ni Perez yung kamay ni Bacosa. Di na ganan. Inatawa tuloy si Bacosa. But Perez is not smiling.
Ready?
And referee
Box.
Ed Nobleza telling the both fighters, okay, continue the action. Neither fighter has been seriously hurt in this fight so far. And that's the end of round number 2. We'll treat the fans with 2 rounds now in the books. Nestor Languido, ang trainer po ni Perez. Punch of the round, panoorin po natin. Who's gonna take the honors? There's that, beautiful left hand coming from Bacosa. And that rocked the head back of Perez. Perez a little bit shaky as he took several steps back. You see Bacosa. That was a punch of the round brought to you by Ginebra San Miguel. Nice close-up of the good-looking kid, Eman Bacosa, the undefeated fighter. Coming off 4 straight knockout wins. Signal to start round number 3. Standing room only. Dito po sa Okada, Manila Grand Ballroom. And action resumes. Left hand coming from Bacosa. But that raised a lot of sweat out of the head of Perez. Perez trying to fight back. Both these fighters are throwing some hard shots. Bacosa talking to Perez.
Ready?
Bacosa telling Perez, keep it clean, guy. Hard left jab coming from Perez. And Perez has that grin on his face. Now Bacosa has both his arms raised up. Parang tabingi yung ngiti ni Perez dito. Bacosa looks like he's all business in this round. Same thing with Perez. Enough showboating in the first 2 rounds. Now it's time to win this fight. Bacosa is determined, so is Perez. All of Bacosa's wins have come by way of knockout. Can he make Perez another victim? Perez connecting with a 1-2 combination. Bacosa, he's grinning. And that time he unloaded.
Break. Hold the punch. Ready?
Bacosa is having fun inside that ring. And I don't think Perez is.
Stop, stop, stop.
Bacosa's got to throw those combinations. He's got that nice left jab. He's rocked the head of Perez back with that left jab, but he's got to follow it up with a right.
Watch your head, watch your head.
Oh, that mouthpiece has flown out of the mouth of Perez. There's no mouthpiece now in the mouth of Perez. I saw that mouthpiece fly out. Nawala yung mouthpiece. And Bacosa is actually telling the referee, have that mouthpiece picked up. Ang bait naman ni Bacosa. Ordinarily, a fighter will just take advantage of an opponent without a gum shield and come charging in to inflict more damage on that unprotected mouth. Pero ang bait ng Bacosa, tinuro po sa referee kung nasaan yung mouthpiece. Lumipad outside of the ring. Here we go. And ano yun? I thought there was still some seconds left. All of a sudden, that bell rang. So end of round number 3. And a prime mover of this event at the Okada Grand Ballroom, featuring blow by blow. We are now in round number 4. Perez trying to strike out with that left jab. Perez trying to inflict the first loss on the record of Eman Bacosa. Left jab by Bacosa, and then coming back is Perez with the right hand. A lot of sportsmanship being displayed by both these fighters. Perez, hinahalikan niya si Bacosa. Ano ba to? Ano ba to? Wow! Perez, hinalikan niya si Bacosa. Ano ba to? Pati si Bacosa napatawa. Sandali, laban ito.
I mean,
Ano ba yan? Masyado kasi mabait si Eman Bacosa, kanya na-appreciate naman ni Perez yung ginagawa ni Bacosa. Yung hininto ni Bacosa yung laban kasi nawala yung mouthpiece ni Perez. You gotta appreciate that kind of love. Good defense here by Bacosa. Hindi tumatalab yung mga suntok ni Perez. Again, an embrace. Namimiligro dito yung record ni Bacosa, the streak of consecutive knockout wins. Shots to the body here by Bacosa. Head movement by Bacosa.
time!
And it looks like the mouthpiece has again fallen out of the mouth. Now that deserves a warning.
Malawa na, susunod, 20 ducks niya.
Yun, narinig natin ang sinabi ni referee Nobleza. That's the second time na naluwa ang mouthpiece ni Perez. A third infraction will mean a point deduction. And a fourth could mean disqualification. You cannot keep on spitting out your mouthpiece. Perez, again with that wry grin, patabigin yung kanyang ngiti. Oh, Perez connecting that time with the right hand. Now Bacosa, I think he's mad. Bacosa hitting him with the right. Perez is coming back. Now you're seeing a lot of action exchange. What action we've seen. Natamaan doon ng isang magandang kanan ni Bacosa, si Perez. It might have rocked Perez a little bit. There's Eman Bacosa, a close-up. Panurin po natin, punch of the run. I don't know whether that right hand will be able to catch. Oh, the right hand of Perez, that connected. And then Bacosa trying to come back. He missed. And then he tries to come back once more. And the Much of the round brought to you by Ginebra San Miguel. A close-up of Rodelyn Perez. Round number 5.
Sunto ka?
No knockdown has been scored by either fighter. Eman Bacosa has scored 4 straight knockout wins entering this fight. Head movement by Bacosa, just eluding those long left jabs ni Perez, but Bacosa's moving in. You see that he's narrowing the gap. Perez is trying to fend him off by striking first. Bacosa. Perez coming back a little wild, but Bacosa's throwing caution to the wind. Now he's advancing, he's coming forward. Perez throwing those jabs to try to keep Eman Bacosa away. Side to side movement by Perez. He tries to come back. You see the time left on the left side of your screens. Round number 5. We are scheduled for 6. Left jab coming from Perez, just enough to keep away from Eman Bacosa. Bacosa not able to launch a sustained attack. Left hand scored by Bacosa.
Watch your head, watch your head.
Madiin yun. That was a telling shot.
Back, Perez.
Scored by Bacosa. And once more that very pesky left jab coming from Perez, and Perez holding on.
Break.
Perez has felt the sting of Bacosa's punches. Now Perez out of his range.
Box.
Bacosa's coming forward. Very little time left here in this round.
10 seconds.
You hear the 10-second clapper. That's the end of the round. And we've got one more round to go. And that streak of consecutive knockout wins by Eman Bacosa. Round to go. And that streak of consecutive knockout wins by Eman Bacosa now in jeopardy. Nakikita natin si Rodelyn Perez, and now you see Eman Bacosa getting instructions from both their corners, as you've got the round girl signaling that round of VIPs, a lot of dignitaries and special guests from all over the world, from the Rotary world. And here we go, round number 6. Ito na po ang last round natin.
Touch glove, touch glove. Step back, ready.
Ito na. At bakbakan. Last round. The outcome up in the air. This last round could decide kung sino po mananalo. A knockdown score by either fighter will be decisive. One-two combination by Bacosa.
Tap, 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 tap. Step back. Hold your punch. Ready.
Perez seems to be hurting his back. Parang meron siyang iniinda ron. But Perez is fighting back. Bacosa might have hurt the Perez. Perez is holding on. That mouthpiece is also about to be dislodged once more. Ito, kumakapit na. Si Perez might have gotten hurt. He's taking a step back. But he's fighting. He's retaliating. But Bacosa stalking his prey. Ito, wala nang ginawa si Perez kundi humawak. The left cheek of Perez is bruised and puffy. Less than a minute to go in this round and the fight as well. And there's a nasty welt.
Right. Only punch. Step back, Eman. Step back.
And that left eye of Perez is closing very quickly. It's a bad bruise. And he can hardly see from one eye. He's blinking badly. And that's it. That's the end of the fight. And this will go to the scorecards. It's the first fight of Eman Bacosa that he might win on points. Of course, his very first fight as a professional went the distance. That was a 4-rounder. It went down to a split draw. Ngayon naman po, this has gone the distance, 6 rounds. And in our unofficial scorecard, Bacosa will have the edge. And you can see the face of Perez, that bad bruise underneath his left eye, a huge welt. And that damage inflicted by Bacosa. There's Perez, and you see that welt underneath his left eye. Eman Bacosa, he might have showboated a little bit too early in this fight. Just the same, he showed those flashes or moments of brilliance. Eman Bacosa, he showed his power. That right hand, that packs a lot of power. Nilawa ni Perez yung kanyang mouthpiece. Bacosa actually told the referee where to pick up the mouthpiece. And he stopped fighting to give a chance for Perez to put that gum shield back into his mouth. Very rare that you see an act of sportsmanship like that. You have to hand it to Eman Bacosa. And the ring announcer, Bobby Mandahar, just about to read out the decision of the judges. Here we go. VIPs in the ring and the announcement of the winner. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, here are the scores of the 3 judges. Judge Ortega scored it 57-57. Judge Garcia scored it 58-56, Bacosa. Judge Maluyot scored it 58-56, winner by majority decision. Lamang ang may tapang, Eman Bacosa.
And Eman Bacosa scored a victory by the majority decision.